channel, guys. Pretty big project lined up for today. A project I can foresee taking about 2 weeks worth of my time on my days off. We have some dirt work to do, so we need the BH20D for that. Got to move that dirt with a 3025E. But first, let me bring you down on the UTV to show you the problem we're dealing with. Alright guys, here we are down at the last quarter part of the driveway. I'll swing around here so behind me you can see we have the straightaway, this bad corner, and then it goes down to the street. We're having problems with water runoff, and that runoff causing issues for the driveway and potentially damaging it. So we're having problems with water runoff along this side of the driveway over here, and it's better to show you what it looked like this past weekend than explain it to you. This is where it all comes from. It's out of the woods and right down through here. And this little trench I made last December, it can't hold this much water. It blows out right down the corner. Here we are again, another washout issue. Just comes ripping down from over here. And absolutely washes out this side of the driveway. Gotta fix it. We gotta fix this. Alright guys, so as you can see, that's a pretty big problem we're dealing with. Now, the driveway's been paved for about 7 years. And in the past 7 years, we never had that problem. So it's interesting to us why all of a sudden last September this started, happened again in December, and now it just happened again here in the middle of August. So we need to stop this from happening, period. Because we don't want to have that water undermine the driveway, damage it, and potentially ruin it, because we can't afford any sort of fixes on the asphalt right now. So I didn't show you in that little clip that I made when it actually happened on my cell phone. I put everything back. I put all the stone back over here that was washed out and made it look as good as I can for now. Now this down here is another project for another time, maybe even next season. But we need to focus on what's behind us here and stopping this from happening. A little bit of point of reference here. Here's the UTV, we parked it. Here's a long straightaway, the bad corner. This whole hillside here is what's giving us the problem. So when it rains really, really heavy, the water pools up in this area over here. And it has so much force, it comes down through these trees and just starts going across the driveway. And recently that's been a problem, washing out the bottom. Now there's a little trench over here you can see that I put in with a tractor back in December before we had a heavy freeze. After a lot of rain, it was all leaking on the driveway. It was going to be a big problem. So this little trench doesn't really do much to help against a massive rainstorm that we had this past weekend. But the goal is to redirect this water and have it dump into a large swale over here that was built when the driveway was put in, that dumps it over that hillside and into a swamp, away from anything that's going to get damaged. So that's the plan for today, is to potentially either dig out part of this hillside here with the BH20D to put in a French drain system, or if there's too much ledge in there, we're going to go up on top of the hill and dig in a pretty deep and permanent trench that's going to come down the hillside there and redirect the water, in the woods at least, to that swale. So we're not sure what we're going to get into yet. I'm not sure how much ledge there is in this hillside. I remember vaguely there's quite a bit of ledge here, but we'll have to do some test digs first with the BH20D and then see what we're up against. pretty good sized hole. But I think we're going to run into some bigger problems with the roots, because this tree here down this hillside, I think it's going to be more problematic. So I'm not in love with this yet. I think we might clean this up and go into the woods and work on building a berm and a bigger trench in the woods, because this might be a little too technical for my low skill set right now, and I think we're going to have too many root problems with this tree. So that's going to be the game plan. I think we're going to push this back, clean this up, and then go into the woods and work a swale or a big ditch in there. Okay, so clean that up over there. Not bad at all, just pushed everything back. I'll rake that out, make it look decent when we're done here. But I think what we're gonna do now is go into the woods over here and make a nice trench going down there. This is where the water kind of comes down out of this low spot and floods this way towards the bucket of the excavator. We're gonna go that way, dig all this down, build a nice big berm up here and force the water down along here, trench it out really nice, and then as we get past this tree right here, we're going to just spit it off that way and down and out. There's a nice natural swale there, and it'll just bring it out into the swamp and away from the driveway. That's the game plan now. Let's saddle up and get to it. Alright everybody, just going to take a quick break here and say that we are done with the trench. It's all finished. So we went up here to the end where it comes out of the woods, and you can see it's actually still pretty wet from the weekend storms we had. So the idea is going to come through here. This is all built up a little bit along here. Go down and out. This edge here, I'm going to put a little bit more stones along here just for aesthetics, and then that large log that's to my right I'm going to put here as well as a bumper for cars that have to come in here. It's a good turnaround point for trucks and whatnot, but it's all cleared out, and we'll walk down the trench. You can see water's already starting to collect in there. Just a low spot, but you can see that this is perfect. It's going to serve its purpose very well. It's not super pretty, which is fine, but I'd rather it be functional than have to worry about style points, because no one's going to see this. This is all going to be hidden. Now, we're not going to worry about it. It's going to wash itself out anyways in a summer or two, and then by next year this time hopefully it'll all be washed out and water will flow through here freely without any problems. And right there it dumps out and goes right into the woods. Perfect. Alright, let's clean up the parking pad area over there and we'll call it a day. This is pretty successful for maybe 3 hours worth of work total. Not too bad. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for today, I think. We got this all knocked out. It took all day. Between lunch breaks and letting everything cool down, took all day. Got all our equipment lined up there. This looks really nice. This is all redone. Gonna bring some millings in here in a couple weeks, probably. Drop a couple inches of millings with some geotextile fabric to really square this away. Make this a nice clean parking area, turnaround spot. But we have the shape where we want it. More importantly, we have this log here as a little bumper. Got some stones behind it. And then behind that is our new drainage ditch. And over there we got some bigger rocks where we had the washouts before. Nice little stone wall. Big berm. And it goes all the way down. Really, really nice. So that's going to do it for today, folks. I appreciate everybody watching, tagging along. This is a fun project. It had to get done, but it was fun doing it. And we have all the toys out here. We made it all work. No big issues, no big headaches. A couple more little things to do, and we'll be out of here probably 15, 20 minutes. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.